Good morning. My name is Martina Cabrera. This is my first video about assessment of English proficiency. Memorable progress in language learning. Through the years, the using in shaping an ideal method to ensure effective learning, with tools including that Colombia, the teaching of English mandatory in educational institutional university learning. Approaches al linguistic, traditional, natural, structuralist, communicative, and humanist approaches, notion, functional, method, function, and objectives. Traditional approach words and grammatical rules, understand sentences and construct sentences. Natural approach then, adults learns language as a child learns the foreign language. Example, learning method, language and structuralist approach environment responding, associated stimuli and responding audiovisual approach repetition, orthographic structure with emphasis and pronunciation, situational method based and oral practice on situation observed in the classroom. The dialogue, the dialogue communicative, the communicative approach to enable a learner to communicate effectively with text, recording, and exercises. National functional approach applies principles of functional and specific communication and objective functions are speaking intention, your language representation, affirmation, negation, and information. Humanist approaches. There is the learning around one the teaching process involves development, capabilities, needs, interesting, expectation, and desire of a learner. In Colombia, here a summary on the main approaches and strategy used. Communicative competency based approach. Signed implementation on the National Bilingual Program in 2024 has been a developing communicative competency in English with common European primary or reference language. Students and expect reach beyond B1 level 2 at high school. Text based learning, the BL approach, where the student use English in the course instead of focusing solely on grammar. Many learning and CL approach the content and language learning has been implemented in some institutions, especially in bilingual school. English is used in these subjects, science, history, gamification, and the use of ICT. Due to increasing digitalization, gamification and intensive platform have gained popularity about Duolingo, Kahoot, Learning Management System. Challenger or English teaching in Colombia. Urban rural gap among many rural areas where there are students studying English teacher limitation in teacher training. Although training programs exist, many teachers and still travel to achieve an advanced level in English. Lack and linguistic immersion. English remains a foreign language in Colombia used outside the classroom. Thank you for your attention.